Hi everyone, in today's tutorial we're going to be looking at the edit bar in Cricut Design Space, and we're going to be looking at what each function offers. First up, we've got the undo arrow, and next to it we've got the redo arrow. These are going to allow you to undo anything that you have done on Design Space, and this one will allow you to redo it. Next up we have the cuts. So if we drop down the list, we can see there's lots of cuts. There's basic, wavy, perforated, we can draw, there's pens, foil, score, deboss and engrave, print then cut and guide. So if we highlight the foil, we can see it's asking you which size tip, whether it's fine, medium or bold. Depending on which operation you choose, Cricut may ask you to install the relevant tip. So if you're doing debossing, then it will ask for a debossing tip. If you're doing engraving, it'll ask for an engraving tip, and so on. Next we have the colour swatch, and that allows us to change the colour. So if we just click on yellow, it's going to change the colour, and also you can click on advance and you can scroll across the colour bar and change the colours that way. And equally, if you have a hex code or you know the hex code of a colour, you can type it straight in there. Next up we've got select all, so if you click on that it will select all that's on your canvas, and equally we can select deselect and that will unselect it. Next we have edit. If we drop that down, we can see we can cut, copy, paste, duplicate or delete. If we click on copy, then that will obviously highlight paste because it will allow us to paste it and create a duplicate. Next up we have align. In order to use align, you must have two elements selected. So if we select both of those, we can now see we're able to use align, and we can drop that down, and that will allow us to align our designs left horizontally, right, top vertically, bottom center. So if I click on center, it has now aligned our shapes so they're both central, and this is where arrange can be useful. So if we drop that down, we can see we can bring to front, bring forward, send backwards, send to back, group and ungroup. So if I put send backwards, we can now see that it's sent the white square to the back, and we can see our black square and it's aligned it, and the black square is in the center of the white one. Next up we have flip, and that's where we can flip horizontally or we can flip it vertically. For this one, offset. If you click on offset, it automatically puts a box around your text, and by sliding the circle across the bar you can make it greater or smaller, and then once you're happy, click apply, and there we can see the offset is around the text. The next function, create a sticker. This allows you to design custom printable stickers in just a few clicks, but this is access only. Same with warp. This is another access feature, and that allows you to create one-of-a-kind designs. Next up we have the size. This allows us to change the size of the design we're working on our canvas. You can change the size by either dragging the item on your canvas and it will alter the size that way, or by directly typing in the size into one of the boxes. Keeping the padlock locked will change the sizes in proportion to each other. However, you can unlock the padlock, and that will allow you to change the sizes independently and alter your designs that way. Next up we have rotate. This allows you to rotate the text or image you are working on your canvas. By simply clicking on the arrows, it will rotate the design. Next we have more, and this will just change the position of the text or image on your canvas. Again, you just click on the up and down arrows and it will move those accordingly. Font is the next one. This allows you to select fonts. So you've got the choice of Cricut fonts, fonts in your system which have been purchased and downloaded, any fonts that have been bookmarked, and any recent fonts that you've been using. Next up is style. That allows you to change the style of your font and gives you a few more options like regular bold, bold italic, italic and writing. Not all fonts will offer you all of these options. It very much depends on the individual font that you are using at the time. Next is the font size. Again, we can use the up and down arrows to change the size of the font, or we can use the box around the edge and alter the size that way. Letter spacing is the next one. That allows you to reduce or increase the space between the letters in your text to make it more aesthetically pleasing for the project that you are using. Next up we have line space. So here we can see I've typed out some text, and again using the up and down arrows we can increase the space between the lines of text and we can reduce it. Again, this can be quite helpful when doing projects. Next we we have alignment, and this allows us to align the text. So we can see here we can align it to the left, align it center, or align it right, and then you can align it top, center, or bottom, wrap off and wrap on. Next is the curve text feature. This is great if you're doing projects where you want the text to be curved around maybe a design or something else, and you can alter the curve by sliding the circle across the line. If you slide it to the right, your text will curve downwards, and if you slide it across to the left, it will curve your text upwards, and we can go all the way like that to make it into a complete circle. Next we have advanced, and here we can click on ungroup to letters. So if we click on that, as we can see here in the layers panel, it has now made all of our letters individual. So this will now allow me to alter any text that I'm using and separate the letters individually. Hope you enjoyed this brief explanation, and I will look forward to seeing you on my next video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.